Okay, so continue. Okay, so okay, so this one material of the roof, we have two choices. Okay, zinc or concrete tile. So of course we want the concrete tile. Okay, this one concrete tile is a better one. Okay, so from here we already can see the one that have the more thick is the best choice. So the best choice is R lah. Okay, more thick. Sometimes you won't be able to get all four. Okay, the best one may not have all four. The best one maybe got 3 only. Okay, maybe got 3. Maybe the fourth one is you don't is not the best one. But if it's not the best one, you have to explain also why you choose that one. So you have to think of the one explanation why you want to choose that one. Okay, but usually it's very rare that will come up question where the choice is not obvious. That means the best choice don't have all 4 tick. Usually the best choice will have all 4 tick. Okay, usually like that. Okay, okay, so continue. Okay, so how to answer this type of question? We draw table Okay, we draw table. Okay, we draw table. So this is the specification. And then this is the explanation. Okay, specification and the explanation. Okay, now, so specification, the first one is number of window. Okay, should have more number of window. Or you can say number of windows should be higher, or number of windows should have more, or like that. But what is the most important is you must write number of window. Okay, you get the idea. Number of window must be how? Okay, more or less like that. Okay, and then explanation. Increase rate of airflow. Okay, increase rate of airflow or increase rate of air circulation, or increase air circulation, or also can. Okay. After that is floor to ceiling distance. Okay, floor to ceiling distance. Distance should be higher. Okay, allow room for hot air to rise up high above the ground. Okay. Okay, why like that? Why this can help to improve the cooling? Because if the roof is high, then that means the hot air, you won't feel the hot air. Understand? The hot air is all above you, so you don't feel hot because all the hot air is above and the cool air is at the bottom, so you feel cool. But if the roof is not higher, that means all the hot air is inside the room. The hot air is above, but above is still you are still in that area where you have the hot air. Okay, get the idea. Okay, so houses. So you see, usually the house that are more expensive, the distance between the roof and the floor will be higher. The reason is so that it's more comfortable lah. Okay, that is the reason so that it's more comfortable. That you won't feel hot. Okay, get the idea. Okay, so next is the material of the wall. Okay, material of the wall should use hollow brick. Okay. Material of wall should use hollow brick. So you can say air in the space in the wall act as good heat insulator. Okay. Then next, type of material of the roof should be concrete tile. Material of roof should be concrete tile. Okay. Good heat insulator. Okay, like that is enough. And then after that, you have to choose. Okay, you have to choose. So the best one is the R. R is most suitable. Okay, R is most suitable. And then because it has this one, the first one has high more number of window floor to ceiling also can distance floor to ceiling distance is higher. Material of wall is hollow brick and material of roof is concrete tile. Okay, finish. So like that you can get 10 marks. Okay, 10 marks. Okay, any question? No question. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, this next question. Okay, I want to go to the number. I want to go to the section C first. Okay, section C. Because we don't have a lot of time, so we go to section C first. Okay, we go to section C. So I discussed one section B, one section C. Okay, one section B, one section C. Okay, so regarding just now the section D, this is how we answer this type of question where they ask you to choose one of them. Okay, please answer in table form. Okay, please answer in table form. Okay, let's look at section C. Okay, so section C only got one question, so you have to do all. Okay. Diagram 11.1 and diagram 11.2 show Logan sliding down a slide at an angle 30° and 45° with different acceleration. The frictional force acting on Logan at both slides is the same. Weight of Logan is 250 Newton. Okay. Okay, so here already got give you the x component. Okay, the x component is this one is 155 Newton, this one is 177 Newton. Okay. Okay, so what is meant by resultant force? Okay, what is the meaning of resultant force? Resultant force is the total force that have the same effect as multiple force. Okay, so this is resultant force. Okay, total force that have the same effect as multiple force. Okay, that means because the resultant force is a result of a few force combined together. Okay. B. Using diagram 11.1 and diagram 11.2, compare Wx. This is the weight. Fx and angle. So there are three things that you need to compare, and then after that relate Fx with angle, and then state a conclusion about relationship between acceleration and angle. So total got 5 things. Okay, this is you have to compare this, compare this, compare this 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5. Okay, so 5 marks. Okay, all right. So let's look at here. Okay, so the first thing is we want to compare the weight. Okay, compare the weight. Wait. We want to compare the weight. Compare the weight. Okay, so Wx is the component of weight parallel to the slide. Okay, so diagram. I'll use a shorter sentence. Okay, Wx of 11.1 is lower than 11.2. Very simple. Okay. After that, I want to compare the Fx. Okay, and it's given in the question that the resultant force parallel to the slide. The resultant force parallel to the slide is Fx. Fx is the resultant force. You have to refer back to the question. Okay, you look at the question here. It got say resultant force parallel to the slide is Fx equal to Wx minus Fg. Okay? So Fg is the frictional force. Okay, Fg is a frictional force. So that means that Fx of the 11.2 is higher lah, okay, than 11.1. Okay, because the friction is the same. So the one that have a higher weight component, the higher weight component, that means the Wx will have higher Fx. Okay, so Fx of 11.2 is greater than 11.1. Okay, after that is the angle. Okay, theta of 11.1 is lower than 11.2. Okay, state a conclusion about the we relate Fx with angle theta. Okay, so the greater the Fx, the greater the angle. Okay? You want to switch also can, no problem. Actually, from the marking scheme, it's not necessarily must be the manipulated variable, then the responding variable. Okay, the other way also can. Okay, the greater the resultant force, Fx is the resultant force. This one, relate this one Fx and angle first. Okay. And then after that also conclusion about relationship between acceleration with the angle. Okay, so the greater the acceleration, the greater the angle. Okay. Okay, so got 5 marks, very easy. This kind of question you must get full, okay, you must get total full mark, because this is very easy. Any question? Okay, next. C. Okay, diagram 11.3 show a stationary block on a smooth inclined plane when a force P is applied horizontally on it. Okay, W is the weight of the block. R is normal reaction from the inclined plane. Sketch and label the triangle of forces for P, W, and R to represent the situation. Okay, so WR, P is this force. Okay. Okay, so from here they want us to sketch only lah. So that means you no need to actually draw the triangle of forces. That means you don't need to measure by using protractor and so on. And the question also doesn't give us the angle, the value of the angle. So even if you want to draw with very accurate with protractor, also cannot because it doesn't give you the angle. Okay, so So this one, okay, there's one force here. Okay, this force is acting on the block, and then there is weight, okay, there is weight of the block. Okay, got weight of the block. So this is the weight, okay, this is weight of the block. R is the normal reaction. So where is the normal reaction? The normal reaction is here. This is the normal reaction. Weight is definitely always going downward because gravity. Okay, weight is a direction of weight is the same as direction of gravity. And then normal reaction is the reaction force as a result of pressing onto a surface. Okay, so because this block press on the surface in this direction, it press on the surface in this direction, so this direction will also push back, okay, push back in the opposite direction. So this is what we call the reaction force. Okay, and it is normal. So that means the reaction force must be 90 degrees with the surface. So that is why the normal reaction force R is this direction. Okay, is this one. Okay, get the idea. Okay. So now we want to draw the triangle of forces. Okay, so the easiest way to draw the triangle of forces is you can move the force. You can move the forces, but you cannot change the direction of the forces. So for example, like this. Okay, I draw one more time. So this is P. This is W, and this is the R. Okay, like that. So where is the angle? You see this angle alpha. Where is the angle alpha? So this angle alpha here, okay, is the same angle as here. This P, between this P and this surface, this is also alpha. Okay, here. Okay, so this angle, you see, this angle here, this is also alpha. Okay, so we can put here, the best place to put the angle is here. Okay, we take that this angle is alpha. Okay, this angle is alpha. So later when we move these three forces to form the triangle, we will be able to see where the angle is. Okay, so we maintain. Okay, you can do any way you like. Okay, you can do any way you like, but for me, for example, I maintain the weight. Okay, I don't want to move the weight. Okay, the weight is still here. So I move the P, I move the P to here. Okay, I move the P here. And I move the R here. Okay, so this is R. So that means if like that, this angle is alpha and this is 90 degrees. Okay, you see or not? That means basically it is like this. This P I move here, and then this R, I move here, like that. Understand? I put the R here. Okay? Understand what is going on? R is here. So I get a triangle like that. So this is a triangle of forces that we want. Okay? Sketch and label the triangle of forces to represent the situation. So done. So this is the answer. Okay? This is the answer. Okay? I recommend that you draw in another piece of paper first before you write your final answer inside your actual answer paper lah. Okay, understand? Okay, you will get a few pieces of writing paper, so you can use one of the writing paper as rough working. Okay? Oh, this one is P. Okay, any question? So like this is 4 marks lah. Okay, like this already 4 marks. Okay, next. Okay, 有什么问题吗？ Okay, D Diagram 11.4 show large number of vehicles using a bridge during peak hour. Using appropriate physics concept suggests the modification of the bridge structure so that it is safer based on the characteristic of cable, tower, and pillar. Okay, so you have 3 things: cable, tower, and pillar. So what is it that you can do is, what is it that you need is, you need to write 5 modification. You need to have 5 modification. 5 modification. But here it only give you 3 things that you can modify: the cable, the pillar, and the tower. So that means that means 2 of them you need to write 2 things that you want to modify. Okay, either the cable you want to put 2 modification, or the tower you put 2 modification, or the pillar 2 modification. Okay, understand? So for example, so this type of question also you need to answer in table form. Okay, answer in table form. So this is modification. This is explanation. Okay, so let's say that the first thing that I want to modify is the pillar lah. Okay, I modify the pillar first. Okay, so the first thing is okay, number of pillar should be more. Okay. Weight of bridge can be distributed to more pillar. Okay, or you can say each pillar support less weight. Or you also can say bridge can support more weight, also can. Okay, so there are a lot of explanation that you can use up. Okay, so the next one you can say is okay, diameter of pillar should be larger. Okay, stronger. Just like that, one word, stronger, or also can already.这个如果给3个的话，它只是给1个分数啊。因为有时候我们不知道哪里一个 ，we don't know which one is it that the answer can accept. Maybe this one also can, maybe this one also can, maybe so we write everything that we can think of, and then the examiner will choose. Who knows? Maybe bridge can support more weight, cannot accept, and then you have other 2 backup lah, 2 other points to backup. Diameter pillar, larger surface area, same. Larger surface area of pillar. I don't think so lah. Even if you say larger surface area of pillar, also the explanation is also stronger. Because if you want the how you say, lower the pressure, it is the base of the pillar. If, for example, if the base of the pillar like this, increase the surface area, so lower the pressure. Okay, so 2 enough lah. Okay, got 2 already about pillar. So let's see cable lah. Okay, what cable is it that we can okay, what modification is it that we can talk about the cable? High tension. Okay, cable should have high tension. Okay, high tension, able to support weight of bridge. Okay, support more weight, more. Okay, because this is modification. Modification, that means we have to say something that is better. Something that is better. Higher tension, for example, like that. Okay, can we say other thing about cable or not? The angle, maybe the angle of the cable. So what angle should the angle is like the gradient, or you can say the gradient of the cable. Should it be the gradient should be higher or should it be lower? Lower. Actually is it should be able to extend longer lah. Okay, so gradient of cable should be lower. Able to support weight in the middle of the bridge. That means like this, what it means is like this. For example, here, you see here, there is no pillar here, right? No pillar here. So this weight, the weight here is actually supported by the cable. That means the weight here is pulled to the pillar over here. That is why we have the cable. You see, okay, that is the function of the cable. It pull, it support the weight of the over here. There's no pillar, but it pull over here. Okay, if you don't have the cable, then you have to put more pillar like that. Okay, and maybe you think why not just put all many pillar? Why not? Because what we want okay, maybe higher cost. That is one thing. Another reason is we want to allow big ship to pass through at the bottom. If you have too much pillar, then big ship cannot pass through. Okay. Okay, so we have 4 already lah. So the last one is the power. Okay. So you can say fire. Wait, let me think. Fire. Okay, you can say the power. Okay, it should be higher. Able to connect more cable to the bridge. Okay, also can. Other more obvious answer is, for example, you can say power should be made from steel, stronger. Okay, the explanation is stronger. Okay, let's say the power should be made from steel. Stainless steel also can stronger. Okay, like that. Cable also can. If you want to say cable should be made from steel. Concrete is you can say like the pillar maybe. Okay, the pillar you can say is concrete, able stronger, also can resist corrosion from seawater. So for this kind of question, it is encouraged to write more. That means don't just write 5 only. You see, 10 marks, that means 5 modification, 5 explanation. But it is always better to write more. But only one condition, don't contradict. Okay, for example, the first one you say number of pillars should be more, and then after that you say another one you say number of pillars should be less. If like that, then the wrong one will cancel off the correct one. Okay, understand? So that means you need to you should write more modification as much as you can think of it. Logical one. Okay, if you write not logical modification, then it's just you're just wasting your time. Okay, so you write logical modification more than 5, And don't worry about whether it's right or wrong. If wrong, they won't minus mark. They will just look at the correct one and give you mark on the correct one. Okay, understand or not? So, for example, okay, pillar, you can say more number of pillar, you can say thicker pillar or larger diameter pillar, pillar made from concrete. If you want to say pillar made from concrete, you also can say strong. You want to say pillar made from stainless steel, also can. You also can say strong. You also can say that it is it won't rust, exposed to it will not rust when exposed to water. There are a lot of things that you can say lah, like that. Okay, and so write as much as possible, but you write. If you have idea, you just write. But you don't. If you have 5 enough already, if you have enough 5 modification already, you don't stop and think, what some more, what some more, what some more. Don't stop and think, because you are wasting time. If you got 5 enough already, you go to the next question. If you still have other question that not yet answered, you complete everything first. Then only you come back and then you slowly think. If you have time, then you slowly think whether you write anything more or not. Okay? But while you are writing, you write, you answer, 5 already, but you still have a lot of idea. Keep on writing, keep on doing. Let the idea flow. Write, finish, then you go to the next question. Because if you stop and go to the next question, most probably you will forget your idea. Okay? Or maybe you won't come back to that question anymore. Okay? So this is a little bit of like answering technique lah. Okay, so don't contradict your answer lah. Okay, don't write anything that contradictory. Okay, got any question? Okay, if no question, then I will stop here lah. Okay, 11.